Okay, hello and welcome to Two Maggies Up Top, that Premier League podcast fueled by the Magnums. We're back again with the boys, episode 26. Let's jump in. If you don't already know, I'm your host, Big Kes, aka Kes Ferdinand, aka Kesy De Bruyne. Masterclass after masterclass. Come on, you're done already.
Like that.
And to my right, we've got my co-host, the Greek legend, you know the name, is Big Pans, aka Ilkay Gundogan.
That's actually hard still. Yeah, I like that one.
What are you saying,
I don't know if have you used that one
I
yet?
don't know.
I think you have, you know.
Yeah, but there's a feeling.
Yeah.
Don't watch the feeling because there's a reason why we
Oh,
got
you got the Man City, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, okay,
And
okay.
to my left,
Fuck's sake.
we got my guy, you know the name.
I know exactly.
It's Big Lows, aka João Cancelo.
Oh,
Guys, come on. Yeah.
Come on.
What are you saying, G?
No, good man.
Yeah,
Good,
come on.
good. How are you?
Yeah, good man. Listen,
I
the
don't know
Man
why I
City
thought,
edition
you
this
was gonna
week.
call him Benjamin Mendy. I don't know why I thought you were going to try and work that one. I think Benjamin Lowey. Nah, still I don't know why. I don't know why. I thought you were going to
What do you think I was going to do then?
like Benjamin Lowey. I don't know why. I thought you were going to come to
I tried to save you, fam. There's no saving on that one, fam.
I don't know why, bro. Yeah.
As you can
Sergio
see, yeah, could have gone that route.
I think you've done that one to be fair.
But we've gone the Man City route this week because them boy there, batting up Tottenham. Well, I say, Tottenham did alright second half in it, but
No, they bottled it.
and they continued the trophy drought down at Spurs, kept it Spursy and that. So, yeah, honourable mention to Man City this week, lifting the Carabao Cup. Come on.
4 times in a row.
4 times in a row, to be fair.
Liverpool's record, isn't it?
Yeah, it's impressive, man. Pep Guardiola, he's on stuff, innit? He doesn't... I mean, to be fair, they showed the stat of the finals.
Oh, you know, that
was
one
mad.
comedy. Against
And
Ryan
they
Mason.
compared him to Ryan Mason.
Oh, fam. Why did they do that?
Pointless, fam.
Why did they do that?
Don't kill me. They had to put, including today.
It was 2 games for Ryan Mason, and he's 1-1 and major trophy 0. Why would
And
you
the
do
maddest
that?
thing,
It's pointless, fam.
Guardiola's lost 1 final up until this point, yeah? And who's that 1 final
Yeah.
against?
Oh, wasn't it?
Mourinho.
Oh,
It was against Mourinho, fam. In 2011 against Barcelona against Real Madrid.
that's actually mad.
Yeah, which is mad. Which makes the whole sacking him before the final even crazier. But
We knew that, though, innit?
yeah, we knew what them boys won. But yeah, so big up Man City, win their 4th Carabao Cup in a row. Well, it started with the one against Arsenal, you know, it still hurts, but it is what it is. So yeah, now big up them boys there, big up Guardiola and that. Moving on, obviously last week we spoke on the Super League. That's fallen through completely now.
Thank God.
Like as we mentioned, your boys were the first.
Were they the first though? Was City the first to leave? I thought.
No, we were the first.
I'm hearing that City were the first ones to leave though.
Nah.
Actually leave. But anyways,
Possibly.
yeah.
Man, I hope glad we all left.
Yeah, no, trust.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I
It
just
happened.
you know what, and it's a brilliant thing that we've all left. To be fair, but we can't act like all is rosy with UEFA and everything there because the Champions League format that they're coming with now for the
Yeah, that's all
24-25
mad,
season
Response.
is the Super League. No, it's not.
It's
Super League.
minimum 10 games in a group
It's-
stage.
Yeah.
It's
nah,
a
nah,
mad
nah.
thing.
It's mad. It's
It's
mad.
extra 4 games.
It's mad.
Yeah, but it's crazy.
Nah, it's a madness.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
So I think I saw. Do you know who said it best for me in the last week? John Barnes was on Talksport, and he was saying that basically people making out like football has won or the fans have won is a load of nonsense. What it was a power struggle between the wealthy in football. So you got UEFA and these men trying to pull away, and the illusion that the fans have won and whatever is that exactly that. It's an illusion because really and truly, all that's happened is UEFA tried to flex a bit of muscle to stop this breakaway, and they've got what they wanted.
Yeah, let's
Have the fans won anything? Like, dude,
of course
are the tickets gonna drop? Are the price of merchandise gonna drop? This is what he was saying. It's
at least we get to see like still like
we're just getting ripped. We're still getting ripped off by the same man. Some
Yeah.
new man try to rip us off.
Yeah.
And they lost, so we're still getting ripped off by the same Donnies.
I'd rather get ripped off by the CL because
Do you know what?
more time it's a better competition.
Yeah.
The fans, all the fans win is normal service being resumed in it.
Yeah.
And they're just changing the format
Yeah.
because it allows then teams that potentially that could have looked on going to Champions League, the Leicesters, the West Hams potentially,
Agreed.
and so on, that
Yeah.
can still get in there, innit?
Yeah, I just think, to be fair, and Perez has come out saying that the idea is not dead, but it's on standby.
That's what's scary though.
It is.
Because I think if it could come back at any time.
It probably will, won't it? But I think that one of the things that went against them is that it was just like, okay, you announced it, what's happening now? So I think, man, that's too quick. You need, if you're going to announce it, let's see what Champions League have done. They've come out and said, oh, boom, new format here, 4 years. Okay, calm. You've got time for that. These man try to say Super League. Yeah, these man try to say Super League next year.
Yeah, ego and P, innit?
Yeah.
So they wanted it to. I think with something like that though, it has to move quick. Because to do something like that drastic in football, it has to be drastic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
because
I
if it carried on being a slow progress, it would have just got ended probably same way.
It would have fizzled out. I do hear you.
But yeah, anyway.
I do hear you.
Thank God it's gone.
Just next one's a quick one. So Farrah Williams has announced her retirement at 37. So for those that don't know, she's England's most capped female player. 172 caps for England. Currently plays for Reading, I believe, maybe in the WSL. So she's announced her retirement, so big up her.
Big her up.
Yeah,
big achievement. We're always talking about affair, like some people might play it down and go, oh yeah, but different game. Yeah, but this woman's been playing like semi-pro like level, you think about it, or even amateur level. So she's doing a job on the side.
Yeah.
For the beginning of her start of her England career, and then obviously playing football officials at Arsenal and stuff like that as well. So she wasn't definitely not fully professional from the beginning, then
big her up. I'm big up the women's game as well, to be fair, because obviously there was a time where women's football wasn't even allowed in this country, so their game's been playing catch up for a little while. So
that's a lot of caps as well.
Yeah.
And it's not for any player. That's a lot of caps.
Yeah.
And the women's football, they've got some ballers in there now.
Yeah.
Some techie players though.
You change the tune because this guy should be on the. This guy should be on the. Nah, these women. Nah, women's football. Yeah, I was playing it. Yeah. Then he saw Man City playing. They were kind of techie in it, and I was like, wow, they're doing that, yeah.
I saw the game,
They're pro ballers, but
I saw the game, when I basically saw someone be like Dennis Bergkamp and do the maddest thing and to chip the keeper on the mad thing. That's the only I've seen in there this year. I'm gonna lie. She done the madness.
She did.
The maddest thing I've ever seen in women's football.
She did.
So that's what sold it for me.
The best thing for me throwing it back is when you used to watch things like Bending Like Beckham. That was the first kind of iteration of like.
That was terrible.
No, but bro, that was actually a lit film, you know. What, you didn't like Bending Like Beckham?
At the time,
anytime. Do you know what
it was actually gas.
I start focusing on how they strike the ball. I'm like, you can't strike the ball like that.
When they're kicking the ball, it's going all the wrong way.
Yeah, but more time.
And when the keeper dives and it goes through the hands of the arms, not even the hands, the arms.
No, that's the classic goal, They dive with two hands like that, and the ball goes through the middle.
We got that film though. That film was lit.
Nah, that's time. For that time,
was terrible, fam.
And you think about it, that's actually well ahead of the game.
Yeah, that facts.
But no, I'm not gonna lie though. From the day I'm still seeing teams like Durham, and London Bees, I'm always gonna gun it still with it.
Yeah, nah, I hear you. But let's kick on anyway. So this week the Premier League announced its it's Hall of Fame. So it started off by inducting 2 players into the Hall of Fame, which is Alan Shearer, Premier League legend, Premier League record goal scorer, and the man himself, Big Thierry Henry. So they were the first 2 men to be inducted in there.
Well deserved.
Any arguments on them 2 being the first 2?
No.
For me, Thierry guaranteed, Alan Shearer,
highest
PL
goal scorer. You can't not in it.
I think maybe Henry was kind of the era, maybe not him as such, but potentially him just changed that striker's game in it. It wasn't just you know what I'm saying, stand in the middle of the pitch and bang it. It was the
Henry inspired a whole generation of strikers that we see playing in the Premier League. Like all these men, they're going to be looking at a man like Henry.
I used to hate Henry, obviously, growing up as a kid. But,
of course.
But fucking hell, you have to credit where credit.
I think Shearer's a guy that. I mean, I don't know if he gets the full respect that he
deserves,
because even though he's the Premier League record goal scorer, I mean, you said it a few times, he played in England for time and all this stuff, and he didn't win X, Y, Z and whatever. But I think for me to score that many goals in the Prem, and not only that, go back home and do it at a club like Newcastle that wasn't really the elite. Yeah, I've got to big him up, man.
And to be able to finesse one celebration throughout your entire career, and do it so well, because more time. That celebration has become iconic. Simple but effective.
Yeah, that was Shearer.
All 250, what is it, 260 goals.
Even when the shoulders started creaking.
Yes.
And the arms started flopping.
But you have to respect him, man.
Big him up. So big up them 2. And then, so what we've seen since then is a 23-man shortlist. And there's another 6 places up for grabs this year. So what the Premier League have done is put it out to fans to vote on which 6 players should be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. So as you mentioned to me earlier, Lowey, in order to be eligible for this year's pick, you have to have had retired before August 2020.
Yeah, I don't know the exact date. I think there might be an exact date, but which August 2020 is good.
Back yourself, I already said it. Man's trying to come question now, yeah? Man told me off air, August 2020. Now we're live here, man's like, nah, man, I don't know what this is.
It's reference me,
Don't say my name out loud, cuz.
Hey,
I didn't say that.
I done it in private, brother. We're going with August 2020, innit? If it's wrong, hit me up, innit? So...
No, the month's right. I don't know if it's a selective day in it.
I didn't say a date, bro. I said August 2020. I just said August 2020.
Excuse me. Oh, man.
No, because obviously we talk about company retired. Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
Big man, I just said August 25th.
And wait, yeah.
We moved, cuz. Before the season, cuz. So, what we're going to do is just obviously pick 6 between us, 2 players each, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And then we'll talk about a few guys that didn't make the shortlist. So, boom, let me start with Lowey.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you started me because you can sit on the fence for about 10 months.
Tactics, man.
Tactics.
Yeah, come on.
Tactics.
And then he'll go me.
Yeah,
And then he'll go, well, out of all the rest of them, yeah. This guy should be there. And then this guy.
Yeah, you know it.
So, what? Out of the 23-man shortlist,
It's hard.
we're not going to name the whole shortlist. Look it up. Your 2 that you'd induct into the Hall of Fame for this year.
Firstly, my first one's Beck's in it, David Beckham.
Okay.
I thought
iconic. Yeah.
just because in that period of time when we grew up watching football, or say as a kid, and we grew up to watch, the guy hit the ball like no one else.
Mhm.
No one could whip it like him.
Yeah.
Free kicks, corners,
As you said, they had a film made after him. Bend it like Beckham.
bend it like Beckham, the 50-yard goal. And that, you know what I'm saying?
First brand of footballer. First footballer that had his own brand.
The goal against your native country as well, that he whipped in for England.
Oh, yeah.
Not native, but yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that.
One of
It's all,
them-
it's all great. It's all great to him, you know what I mean? Kebab, shish, what do you want to call it, mate? I don't know.
Almost.
Man said chili sauce salad.
I just said something like on chest, man.
Yeah, throw it all up in, man.
I said, do you want it open or closed?
I was trying to ignore it, innit?
Mine.
Yeah, we moved us.
I remember that free kick as well, though.
The free kick.
We watched that in assembly.
Yeah. The free kick was mad.
Do you know what it is, yeah? Because when we go around Jules for the barbecue, I don't say it's Cypriot food. I say it's Greek food, innit?
Nah, it's calm.
I say it, innit?
Yeah, we
It's
moved
gone,
us.
yeah,
We
we
moved.
Yeah, Beckham.
Yeah.
And then, do you remember the? I don't know if they were Beckham boots, but the collection that he wore.
Yeah.
no,
Old school
Preds.
press. Old school
Old
press.
school Preds, fam.
Old school press.
I just remember him and Zidane used to wear the Preds, fam.
Yeah, they made it iconic
So
still.
they were the kind of icon. He was an icon for me, English icon. You know, even though he made
100%.
that play, he just killed it.
Okay, so first player in the 2 Maggies Hall of Fame,
Becks.
David Beckham. Calm.
Becks.
Number 2, who's your...
Number 2,
She's so hard.
I'm gonna go Stevie G.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Stevie G. It hurt me, because it doesn't hurt me, but you know when there's enough men you could choose in it. But
Yeah.
again, I just think Stevie G, like obviously he went through, I say a tough time. He went through a period where Liverpool weren't obviously the top team, and
Yeah.
couldn't win the Premier League.
Yeah.
He made some errors. He made an iconic error where
Yeah.
cost them the league, etc.
Having said
But I
that,
just
what
think
is the Champions League?
You know, you put Shearer in there in terms of what he done for his home club. Yeah, I'm thinking what Gerrard done for his home club
Yeah.
from the beginning. Yeah, the way he led the team, even the way I look at him managing
He
now.
would
the
have
way-
gone Chelsea, them scouts gangsters and bad him up.
Yeah. You know,
I know, you know.
I'm sure someone actually had to break into his house or something when he was at
Them scouts, man.
Yeah.
Listen, you're not fucking even like it. You're fucking messing. Yeah.
What you fucking standing?
Good job, man. Good job.
Nah, go on.
Fucking
Yeah,
them
so, nah.
Couple terrible accents, but you know.
Nah.
I just think, and then the iconic Gerrard. Yeah, you heard that bare times,
trust
didn't
me.
it?
Trust me.
Yeah,
carried
his leadership
Liverpool, man.
skills, the way he held himself, the way he's built himself, the way he won the Champions League when I look at that dead team, I just think for me I just see him being the one that led the crew in it.
Trust me, if you didn't scream Gerrard when you were trying to leng a ball when you was younger, even if it was going miles over the bar, you didn't live, fam. Trust me. Gerrard is going in the stands. Like,
So, and you know, obviously I'm an
Yeah.
Arsenal fan at heart. Obviously I would love to judge Arsenal man, but for me, them two would probably stand out guys.
Yeah,
solid
in
two,
that
I think.
23.
no, 100. You got 2? We're going to have a quick look through.
Have you got your 2?
Well, I
He's got
can
7.
see. First one I'm going to say is Dennis Bergkamp. Guy was silky, played with class, elegance. My guy had to be in there consistently. He started slow, obviously, but This guy, man, he was an artist, honestly. So
Nah, he was.
He was not. The way he played the game was different. You know what I'm saying?
Just interesting because we watched the thing with the interview with Henry and Wenger, and they were saying that all the things that you just said, plus he was nasty. He was a nasty guy.
A lot of men say that, you know. A lot of men say that, but because he was so silky with it, the skills and that. As a fan, you didn't see it, but obviously, man never played against him. They felt the elbows and that.
Plain boots,
Yeah,
you know,
it's like-
It's like Newcastle goal though, isn't it? As
Bro,
well.
but he's got plenty of
No,
goals.
I know,
yeah.
but like
The Leicester goal, bro.
fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
Like, that turn is just.
100. So yeah, for me, Dennis Bergkamp has to be in there. Has to be in there. And do you know what? Next one's controversial, but I'm going another artiste, Matthew Letizia.
Do you know what? I'm actually so glad
I thought he was gonna say
he's included. Because this guy was underrated. For
It's very
his time.
easy to go down the route of, who won the most Premier League medals? Who won the whatever, yeah, and go down that route. But John O'Shea won bare medals at United. Anyone that played for Nicky Buttenden, man, won medals. Are you Hall of Famers? No. So it's what these man could do. You get me? Without Fergie. And Letizia for me, baller.
My dad always used to say to me, obviously, because we still saw him play when we were younger, innit?
Yeah.
But he was more the last generation.
Yeah.
Sam
My dad-
struggling it as well.
Yeah.
My dad always said to me that Matt Letizia with a ball, like, and the goals he scored,
Yeah.
he was almost the Beckham before anyone knew what Beckham was.
Yeah. Okay,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was techie.
Unbelievable
Techie,
footballer.
techie.
So I'm glad you said him.
When I watch stuff with like, let's say the ball seems always stuck to his feet
Silky,
as well,
fam.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Silky with the ball.
Nah, so that'd be my two, to be fair. And to be fair, I leant towards attackers. I know that there are some good defenders in there, but those are my two. So
Come on.
throw it to Pana.
John Terry.
I know he's so much.
I'm joking. Listen,
Which one of them you put in? Because one of them is
Yeah.
going in.
listen, yeah. I have to say, don't gas me right now, though. Is it?
Yeah, go on.
Go on, you
I have to say, yeah. This is hard, isn't it? Like, for me, like Lowey said, I want to go with my heart, and I would go Terry Lamps, but I'm not gonna do that, innit? First one's got to be Eric Cantona.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna come with it on the flex of, I mean, personality,
Yeah.
baller, what he did at United,
Yeah.
how he did it, and the way he carried himself.
Yeah.
I mean, he's another true artist on the football. So for me, that'll be my first pick.
Yeah.
Goes without saying.
Yeah, I hear that fans.
The next one is tough because I don't want to do another United man. Because I would say Roy Keane.
Really?
Yeah,
I said Roy Keane.
And I
Roy
would say
Keane.
Roy Keane or Paul
Nice.
Scholes. But I don't want to give these fucking pricks
If he said
fucking
Paul
satisfaction.
Scholes, I don't want to hear Roy Keane in front of any of them man on that
Why,
list.
fam?
I don't know. You
Fam.
can't do it. Roy
You can't-
Keane
you
was
can't-
a general.
yeah, man.
Nah, fam. Over
He was
Vieira.
a real Jenner. Well, that was the
clash, innit?
time,
But-
A man didn't mention
either one
Vieira.
of those.
No, but I didn't. But more time, yeah. I
I'd
mean,
rather you go
like-
with I'd rather you go with a Chelsea man, but obviously it's your opinion, isn't it?
No, but that's the thing. I think
If you're
I'm
winning,
gonna
you're right.
be a prick and say I don't want to say give United man all the satisfaction. So I've got one United man, and the next one I'm gonna say is John Terry. So
Yeah.
for me, he's the best centre back the Premier League has ever seen. Agree with me or disagree with me, in my opinion,
I think
emotions aside,
I think
he
most
is the
people-
best CB for longevity, quality, trophies, everything the Premier League has ever seen. As a leader, there's no one like JT, and I don't think there ever will be
on the
anyone like
pitch,
him.
I think most people would agree with you.
Yeah.
I'd agree with you. I agree with you. To be
So
fair.
that's my two.
My thing on that one is in the Hall of Fame. And I don't know what they're basing it on, but is it strictly what he did in the Prem? Because can you have a man in the Hall of Fame, yeah, that done what John Terry did, the madness in the Prem and all that stuff, yeah, whatever.
But
yeah.
that's like my Cantona point though. Man karate kicked a fucking fan and
Yeah,
shit. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It's Roy Keane, he's not an angel.
Nah, yeah,
Ryan Giggs, I don't even know why
it's true.
Ryan Giggs ain't even in there.
Well, I was gonna touch on
Yeah,
Giggs,
but
to
more
be
time,
fair.
like all these guys
But this is
have
the thing.
done damage for
I
him.
like, yeah, Giggs, if you're talking about Giggs, yeah, Giggs has done the
Giggs has
worst.
just got sacked.
Giggs done the worst like them, man.
Giggs has just got sacked
yeah,
fam.
no, he
Wait,
has.
What, for fucking
Actually-
assault, and he's fucked his brother's sister.
Well, this is the thing. So
Wait, he's fucked
His brother's wife.
his brother's wife, yeah.
You get me? So
No,
more
but
time,
so-
I think footballing wise, all
Well,
that
so
aside.
this is the thing. So you sort of touched on my next point, yeah, because what I want to look at is a few men that were eligible that haven't made it, yeah. And Ryan Giggs is definitely one of them. And I think to myself now with Giggsy, he's not even on the shortlist.
That's
for
pathetic
now.
for me. Isn't he the most decorated footballer?
He is.
Because of all that shit.
I think so. Is it a case of he's not on there because of the shit he's got going on now? And if so, is it because of how recent it is? Because if John Terry had just lenged off Wayne Bridges' misses, would he be on the shortlist? Or is it because the dust has settled now? And
I think that's unfair to him though, man.
To Giggs?
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, like yeah, I understand. Like people say John Terry's an arsehole outside of football, whatever. Yeah, Giggs hasn't been an angel. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, yeah, you're talking about from a footballing perspective, Hall of Fame. It shouldn't be about what they do off the pitch. It should be about what they've achieved.
I think that's
on the
possibly a part of the question.
It doesn't mean. I guess it doesn't mean that Ryan Giggs will never make it the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, just
But
not now.
for
Yeah.
now,
it's too
I said
fresh.
it's fresh, fam.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. And then obviously think about what he's done, what suppose he's been charged with now.
Yeah.
Then then it starts bringing up what he's already done. Do you know what I'm saying?
I
It's
do
not like
I do think so. If you're having a Hall of Fame, whatever, you know,
it's got to be decorated.
on your legend.
So
can you have man on there that has shot, killed, and whatever,
Okay, so-
and it comes to light? That's
But
what
you
I'm
got like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame where Michael Jackson is allegedly a paedophile. You know what I mean?
saying.
Like, all the time, like
Michael Jackson allegedly. There's no
blood.
allegedly.
Have you seen?
Allegedly, I don't believe them, man. I'll just say I'll say on camera now as well.
Allegedly,
Yeah.
for fucking, my God, for fucking, what's his name? Giggs. There's no proof that he
done it, man.
He's done it.
He done it,
fam.
So I can say the same about MJ then.
Nah, you can't. He's laying.
Was you there laying off when he's laying off his brother's wife?
Blood, that's out there, blood.
No,
he's done it. He's done that, blood.
The wife said
The
it.
wife-
The brother said it.
Okay,
He's
so
done
the two kids on leaving Netherlands have said it. What's the difference?
They didn't get
They're
paid.
chasing clout.
Anyway,
we're talking
the
about
guy's dead and they earned their millions time ago.
Lad, what do you mean? They earned their millions off his name, blood. Yeah, so,
why
they're
would-
sticking to the story, blood. That's what
Oh,
they're saying,
blood.
man.
No one's making
All I'm
money.
trying to say
Nah.
is it shouldn't strictly be too like I understand what you're saying, but I think
Yeah.
it's harsh, isn't it?
Okay, maybe it is harsh, but I think it's with Giggsy, it's maybe a bit raw. But there's a few other men. So we look at Czech. You mentioned Czech.
Yeah, you can't highest number of clean sheets in the Prem
Yeah.
as a keeper, and I'm
Play
surprised.
behind the best defence as well. But yeah,
But
no,
more time.
yeah.
I'm surprised there's only one keeper in that shortlist as well.
That's the other thing. So David Seaman for me, I mean, I'm surprised he didn't get a mention. But the other two looking at is Company and Zola. So man like Vidic is in there. I hear that. Who else is in there? Campbell. Yeah.
And that's why I might say there might be a date in it with the, we mentioned about the August 2020 thing. Because if there's a day to it, specific day, he might have just fallen out of that day. Because as you said, how's Company not getting in?
Yeah, but then if the season, it was last year he left, didn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's a date, like a specific day cut off.
Yeah, but then the
Yeah,
season
but
would have finished by August.
Yeah, because
It might be different in Belgium, innit?
Nah, Company retired before the start
Yeah,
of
he
the season.
started because he went as
Because he played
player coach.
when he went player coach.
Player manager,
He
wasn't he?
played that
Oh, yeah,
season.
player manager.
Yeah, played out that season, but he retired before the start of the season. But let's say okay,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
To be fair, yeah, I agree with you, Kes, though, but more time, this is just off of what we've briefly discussed. I think there's a lot of man that should be included in that Hall of Fame.
Well, you mentioned Zola, and you brought Zola to my attention. And to be honest with you, it depends what you're. It's difficult.
But that's like Letizia.
Yeah, it's difficult because you've got man them are playing all different positions, and it's like, okay, are you putting a team together,
Yeah.
or is it just all like man?
What about? I know I'm just gonna go off Chelsea because it's
Well, yeah,
like
of course,
I've grown up on it. What about Makaleli?
Nah,
Yeah.
nah.
You're
Man's
talking world class.
doing
You're talking.
But Makaleli could never get in before Vieira, Keane.
I'm not saying he should get in there before them,
Yeah.
So
but eventually, like
But there's enough of them on the
Man done
shortlist.
2 years, man.
Yeah.
But all right, regardless of
I know
that,
you got
there's
that.
a lot of
Regardless,
man. Yap Stam, Ricardo Carvalho. Like there's a lot of players. There's a lot of players
Yeah.
over Mars.
It's
Well,
a
I'll tell you,
there's a 23 man shortlist, isn't it?
Yeah, so
there's
it's
got to be
got to come
specific.
somewhere.
And a lot of the names on there, bar one or two, have got a lot
Well,
of
I'll tell you who I'm
longevity in the
surprised
Premier
that's
League.
on there is Robin Van
Van
Persie, because don't get twisted. When he was at Arsenal, I loved him, and I can respect what he did. Yeah, but if we're being real, he was at Arsenal for 8 years.
And one season.
He had 1 season injury free, which was phenomenal.
Yeah, I
He
can't
then
believe that.
he went to Man United. Next season he won the Prem, so fair play to him. Had a good season. Had another season after that.
Was it alright?
In fact, the first year he went there,
He wasn't
Fergie left after that season. He was great in that first season.
Yeah.
Then Van Gaal came in and
Yeah,
he
he
was
went
well
all
back.
places.
Yeah.
So he's had 2 solid seasons in the Prem where I'm saying, okay, Van Persie. I don't get how he's on the
On
shortlist
there.
ahead of certain men. Like,
What about
I think-
Anelka?
Weren't there for long
Again,
enough,
weren't
man.
there for long enough. Like that's what I'm saying. What are you basing?
Coming back from
Yeah.
Arsenal, won the title.
Actually, no. To be fair,
Yeah, Chelsea won the title.
Bolton, he scored goals.
Come on, man.
Nah, you're right. I know actually.
I think there's actually bare man on there that have been left out.
Liverpool, he was there as well.
One season, Man City, yeah. Nah, he did it, yeah.
I do think like there's enough man on there that I understand you've got to cut it off, but I think there's a lot of great footballers that have graced the Prem.
Yeah.
That should be at least have an honourable mention.
100. So
you can fuck off with that Makalele shout though, I'm not gonna lie.
One of the best defensive midfielder in the world.
And this is La Liga legends, yeah? I'm not hearing it, man. Because you've been
Nah,
talking 33. Man literally off air said, if they had one good season, Makalele had 1.5.
honourable mention, innit, to my man. Honourable mention to my man.
He was a baller, don't get me wrong, he was a baller.
It was cold.
My point is though, there's enough man in the Prem that have graced it.
Let us know if there's anyone that didn't make the shortlist that you feel should have been in there and would have been eligible, so retire before August 2020. So don't be hearing no Ronaldo and Rooney or that. They're not eligible yet. They'll be in there eventually. You know them ones.
Aguero,
yeah, because I had all these men on the list here, and then my man told me the date before you try to backtrack. Man told me the date.
I didn't.
So I had to delete off a bare man, innit?
Excuse me. I didn't backtrack. I wanted a slight altercation to my previous statement offline.
But yeah, let's kick on to some of the games. So we had a few games midweek. Chelsea, Brighton, 0-0. Little ball draw thing. Ryan Mason's first game in charge at Southampton, they scraped it 2-1. Tactical masterclass from Mason? No. And West Brom completely capitulated at Leicester and lost 3-0.
One of your shouts to potentially.
Yeah, they looked awful that game, to be fair. They've been in a good run of form up into this game, but they looked awful. So that potentially sealed their fate. But let's jump into the weekend fixtures. Start with Friday night, the bottle jobs. As you can see, I'm still not wearing the Arsenal merch. Another week of boycott for me. Great to see the fans turn up at the Emirates on Friday and let their voices be known and be heard and whatnot. Will it make a difference?
Might have a takeover there.
Time will tell. The Cronkies, they're not under pressure to sell. I said to you before, of all the chairmen that are going to take heat from this Super League thing and all the protests and whatever, it's Levy that's going to get it the most because my man's got to live in England. If any Arsenal fan can tell where Stan from, what city he lives in America, you know, I'll pay you dough. You're not going to find this guy, man. This guy watches on
And
YouTube.
even if you do, it's a secure household.
It's secure. He's living free. He's calm. You know what I mean? He's got his LA Rams and he's doing his thing.
Is he in St. Louis or
Where is he? You know what I'm saying? So, Tronky, he'll just send his son to all the England thing, whatever. Yeah. He's calm. So, the protest, I'm all for it. Whether it gets Cronky out or not, or it forces him to sell, I don't really believe it, but I'm all for the protest. That was the best part about Friday night from an Arsenal perspective. The fans outside. What the players did on the pitch was complete trash. Everton haven't won at Arsenal since whenever. How many decades?
It's been decades.
It's
been time.
Yeah. 26 years? 26 years, there you go. Enter Bernd Leno. Big man thing. Enter Bernd Leno because on a big man thing, yeah. I've seen howlers in the past. Man, them taking soft shots on target, it going through the keeper. Never have I seen a man cross a ball from the tightest angle and it's going to nobody in the box and the keeper does a madness and deflects it in his own goal.
Yeah, no, it was a bad mistake.
It's a terrible mistake.
Listen.
It was them pro clubs keepers.
It was a pro clubs thing.
Trust me.
Well, you wonder how it's going.
Yeah, big howler fan.
Yeah.
I just question him sometimes, Arteta sometimes, and I'm not blaming him for what happened. But Man was playing Matt Ryan the week before. So which one is it? You playing Matt Ryan? Are you trying to play this? Are you trying to play that? There's got to be some consistency in your game because
he played Matt Ryan for one game.
But why though? Why are you doing that for?
Maybe just giving it a run at it.
What are you going to run that for, fam?
Nah, he can prove himself, Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan can play in the Premier League, fam.
Yeah.
He's had to do with some shitty defenders like Webster and
Matt Ryan probably would have handled that.
Dirt, fam. Of course, was it not Dirt? Dunk.
I'll tell you who else would have handled that. Emi Martinez. Burns me to and we'll top. Anyway, but you know what?
Matt Macy.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, Leno made the mistake. And the worst thing about watching Arsenal these days is that the goal's 0-0 is tight. You're hoping to nick it 1-0. We concede the goal with 20 minutes to go, and I've got no confidence that we're gonna even get back into the game. Never mind, turn it around.
You look flat.
As soon as you concede that goal, I'm looking at it thinking,
there's no fight in us. There's no fight. Long are the days when it was 1-0 to the Arsenal.
To be fair though, regardless of the result, the whole game was trash.
Trash.
Like the game was trash.
Can I say one thing about that as well, yeah? So obviously Arsenal's youngsters have been the shining light in this season, right? We, at the minute, I feel like we've got so much emphasis on the guys like Saka and Smith Rowe and that, yeah?
Chelsea.
That there's so much pressure on them now. Like, see Saka, yeah? I look at Saka and think, this guy is a talent, like, there's not enough words to describe how talented this kid is, yeah? However, I'm looking at him now thinking, he doesn't finish enough chances. The reason why I'm saying that is not because he's dead, whatever, but because we've got no one else that's finishing chances. I'm putting all of my man.
It's like
on Smith Rowe, I'm like, this brother doesn't really create enough. It's not that he doesn't create enough, he creates plenty. But because all my pokes on you, you're not creating enough because the team's trash.
Yeah.
So these men can't even flipping develop in peace, fam. Like, they're all pressure on Saka and Smith Rowe.
They're playing every week.
Januzaj was carrying United for that little period.
How can man, he's not even fully
he was
developed.
like 19 or something.
Lad, we just signed Balogun, yeah, and I'm thinking, please let his brother come in and just bang some.
But that's been, again, yeah, I don't want to keep saying it, but it is, bro. That's been the story for decades, not even decades. That's been the story for years, fam. You lot rely on these every time I speak to an Arsenal fan, it's the next youngster that's going to come in and do a madness.
But you know the difference, though. You know
come on, bro.
You know the difference.
You have to eat a bit of humble pie now.
You know the difference.
Same with Smith Rowe, yeah. He's had what, 2 or 3 good games this year.
Let me tell you the difference, though.
And
you
you
get
get
3.
Nah,
come on.
No, he's had more than that.
But
you know, but let me tell you where you like. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But let me tell you the difference between then and now, yeah. See, back in the day when we used to have this conversation, the difference with Arsenal was that we were always 2 or 3 players short of putting in a serious challenge. So it was like, okay, cool.
No, I hear that.
Yeah.
Didn't have a striker.
We didn't have. We're always lacking something. You know what I mean? The season we lost Van Persie, if we had, you know, if you didn't lose your best players, whatever, cool. Now I look at it and I think to myself, blood. I look at this team and I genuinely see no hope. Like on a big man thing, I look at the team and I think to myself, even Arteta this season, he come in and he's trying to make all these bold decisions. I'm looking thinking, you've made the team weaker. I've talked about when Doozy and the man are going out alone, but I look at the midfield. I see Partey being the only quality midfielder there at the minute. I look around Partey midfield, I don't really see much.
I don't rate this Xhaka at left back nonsense either.
He's done a job, innit?
I think he's trash.
I prefer Xhaka there to
He might as well play him in the middle, man. Fuck me.
Nah,
as trash as it is, he's got to play him where it suits him.
Here's the thing.
Forget left back.
I look at the team and I think to myself, brother, like, you take out Aubameyang off form, Lacazette out, I'm looking at the team and I'm thinking, I just don't know about it. I'm not even looking forward to the game, but like, honestly,
it was a poor game.
It was
a poor game.
You know what I mean? Back in them days, we had Cazorla, we had flipping Wilshere, Ramsey. You had ballers there. You might not have had someone that could finish. Yeah. Giroud missing 20 chances a game, whatever. Yeah, and doing all that stuff. Or there was another time where the defence was lacking a bit, but the creativity was there. Now,
the defence.
You've always, Arsenal fans, I've always walked to, have always scapegoated to the next big thing quickly. Like, let's say, for instance, when you lost, who was your right back before Bellerin?
Sanya. Was it Sanya?
Was it Sanya? Must have been.
Yeah, Sanya.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Or you lose like Clichy and it's whatever. It's like go to Man City, whatever, and it's just like, yeah, fuck Clichy, man, blah blah. We've got Bellerin. Bellerin's the next big thing. And then you sing about it, and nothing ever really happens.
But let's be real though. First and foremost,
it happens with a lot of
what fan doesn't hype up their young talent coming through?
Yeah.
How many men have Chelsea hyped up that you sent on loan for 10 years and never played for you?
Nah, more time.
No, cheap for the beginning of the season.
How many times?
No, I didn't.
This guy's off the sheet at the beginning of the season.
How many times have I heard about, was it Lewis Baker, Josh McEachran? What happened to these men? Where are they? Where are they? Where are them, man?
But we don't sing about them at the club.
That's because you spent 100 mil on XYZ. But you were singing about man like McEachran, flipping. Who else was there? The bare man you were singing about.
McEachran was the one for that.
Flipping. Ake. All of these men you were singing about.
Ake's become a good footballer.
How many of them bust at Chelsea, man?
Yeah, not many because they never got a chance.
Exactly.
Mount is
so every fan does that though.
Christensen, he's an academy player.
He's
been there for time. Not actually, didn't come from early.
Okay, so
but he's come from
the academy.
Come from early.
Oh, you signed him and put him in the 23s, and then there's one.
He was another one.
That's what he was another one. He's one. Man come from Denmark.
He's another one that's been out on loan
Michelin or whatever in Denmark. Christensen
was out on loan bears, bro. He's been in the club for time.
Who was the guy they bought? The African Donny played on the wing. and he got in trouble for him, and they were hyping him, fam.
Oh, Kel Kakuta.
Kakuta, fam.
But we didn't get from the academy though. We did a madness.
Kakuta, fam.
You man had man.
He gave us a fucking transfer ban.
You man, the last man I'm gonna hear about singing about your young players, fam. I heard bare man that were gonna be the next this, that, the other. Yeah. Where are they? They're in the championship, man. I look at now, yeah. I see someone. I'm thinking, right, I swear he was the. Yeah.
And your player's been a few attempts, so more time.
Who?
We ain't gonna spend the power.
Listen, yeah, hold on, but no.
Either way, all I'm
saying
is, yeah, you have to because you can't have the money to go spend everything.
Exactly, that's
but more time. All I'm saying is that there's always been that thing of it's the next best thing at Arsenal, hype it up too quick and then it never really pulls off.
Yeah, no, okay, fair.
And you can't say you're not guilty of it. Not you personally, just overall.
I mean, I was shouting at Wilshere. If he didn't have all them injuries, man would have been. Man was up there.
Fact of the matter is that flopped. And you man put Ramsey before Wilshere when Ramsey's actually a better footballer, so more time. And now you're hurting that Ramsey's gone. And I always told you about Ramsey as well.
I'm hurting about that one. Listen, either way, yeah, I just think for Arsenal, and we spoke about this earlier, the league is dead for us now, isn't it? Really and truly. It's completely dead. But I think it was a it was a terrible ploy to throw all your eggs in the European basket that early.
But what was alive for you last week though? What were you playing for?
What was you playing for?
The league's dead.
Shame.
The league's dead. Man. The league's dead, yeah? But why is it dead now?
Why is it dead now?
No, because there was weeks ago when you look at it, if we actually get a couple wins and not all those draws with
Europa.
Yeah, we would have got into Europa League spots. Yeah, not winning the league or Champions League. Come on, man.
Nah, we're not. You know
we're not stupid. We're not gullible. Winning. We know where we're at. We know where we come from. Like.
Let's get going anyway, because obviously man's singing now. I remember when Lampard, your legend was there.
Yeah, he was crying, fam.
But still, calm. So yeah, West Ham Chelsea, and this was the game you called the cup final for you, man. And to be fair, you got the 3 points, innit? Timo Werner actually hit the target on this game.
It's probably the most vital goal he's going to score all year.
He had
what a time to score it.
Yeah.
He should have put 2 in.
Yeah, he
should have done. But do you know what? I'm glad he put 1 in because it would have been 1 point rather.
I like the fact that you had to judge it off afterwards. Like, if I scored 2, it would have been too much, you know.
Yeah. Listen, man. He's a likable guy, and that's what's annoying about him. Because
don't joke about my goals, man. Don't joke about the goals, man. You're a striker, score the goals, don't joke.
No, but I think for him,
his first season,
he's confidence, man.
Yeah.
So for him, he has to joke about it.
He's missing. No, but you know what? Yeah, I'd understand if he was missing the occasional sitter, fam.
The second one was a sitter.
He misses one-on-ones on a week in, week out, fam.
He won us 3 points though. That's more important. That's more important.
That's true.
He won us 3 points. I don't care if he missed. If it was 1-1, burn him. If it was 0-0, burn him. He scored the goal and you got us 3 points.
And that's fair.
So at the end of the day, like that's
I wouldn't say he got 3 points, but how can we say he did? He scored the winning goal. His team was there. He didn't concede a goal,
but it was him that put it in the net.
Yeah.
It could have been anyone else.
Yeah, it could have. But I wouldn't say he was that good. He was that good.
Goals win games.
Defense win games.
Defensive win games.
Lowey.
Defensive win games.
Timo Werner got us 3 points. That's your
look at it. I don't think he was that spectacular that he won the game for them. He scored the vital goal.
It doesn't need to be though. That's the point. He scored the goal. That won us the game.
I agree. He scored the crucial goal, but I don't think he changed the game.
I didn't say he changed the game. I said he won us the game.
Like I always say to you, Lowey, at this moment in time, you're not nitpicking, you're picking nits.
Yeah, blood.
More time, you
That's
are.
my opinion, bro.
No, but the fact remains, they won 1-0 and he scored the goal.
Yeah, but I don't think the way I see it, it's not him winning the game for the Chelsea
team won the game.
The team won the game, but it wasn't like, what I'm saying, if he scored, it was a spectacular, and he ran the whole thing on his own and whatnot, I understand, but he wasn't that guy, innit? He wasn't the 10 out of 10 guy.
So as much as you can say, and I agree with that, yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but you can't argue with what he said, which is
I'm not arguing with
the
it.
game. You can argue that the manager also plays a part, the defence plays a part.
I'm not getting that deep into it.
No, but I'm saying, but what he's saying is Werner's goal won them the game.
3 points.
One of the game.
If he missed it, it would have been a different story. But he scored it, and that was the important.
What I think about this one, so Balbuena got sent off, and to be fair, I'm glad to see that the red card's been overturned.
Yeah, even me, I've got to concede on that one. That was ridiculous.
But what kills me with this one is now you've got VAR, right, and you're looking at it and whatever, but they still overturned it, right? It just doesn't make sense to me. You've had time to slow it down, look at the footage. The same way that man that are going to overturn it have looked at the footage and whatever. So there's obviously there's a lack of clarity in terms of what the rules are. Because for me, what I saw in normal time was a man's kicked the ball, yeah, we spoke about this before we jumped on. A man's kicked the ball clean, yeah. Another guy's going to challenge, yeah, try and block the guy kicking the ball. You always run the risk of there being contact when you're going for a tackle, right? But you can't penalise the guy that's actually kicked the ball for having his studs.
He never went to even challenge.
Yeah, what's he meant to do with his foot once he's made contact with the ball? What, stop it? Like, you know
I don't even know why there has to be rules around this. It's common sense and it's football. But the geezer's cleared the ball, and then his follow through of him clearing the ball, as Chilwell's got into him, has touched his has got his ankle.
But you know,
how the fuck is that a red card?
But you know, you talk about common sense here. I think because they've made the rules so complex now, the referees are not applying common sense because they're going over there now and they're second guessing themselves. Because any referee that went over there and looked at the situation when they said, okay, he's kicked the ball, there's been contact after and follow through. Cool. But nowadays, I think the rules are so confusing that the rest are running over to the screen and it's like, okay, so they've got their points looking at for. Okay, is there contact? Is it dangerous? Could it be considered to be a dangerous position? And you look at all these things, it's like, no, blood, you're overcomplicating it.
I understand that.
Overcomplicating it. You
But
know what I'm saying?
why are they getting involved in the first place? Because why are VAR even looking at it in the first place? Because it's ridiculous. It's not a challenge. He's not challenging the ball. He's clearing the ball.
But I think even in this case,
like, how's it
I don't
make
think
any sense?
But here, I don't think, because I think VAR, it's not like they've made the decision for the ref. They've told the ref to come over and look at it.
But I know we said about
why they even tell them to go over? I know we said about it putting pressure on the ref, But the counter argument to that is they've given the ref the opportunity to have a better look at you.
And it's slow-mo and...
Cool. And that's the thing, slow-mo is more, it looks worse, isn't it, But for me, at the same time, they've given the referee the opportunity to come over and clarify what he saw. Man's gone over, looked at the incident in slow motion, and this is what we said about in early episodes about there being a pressure on referees when they're invited to the screen because they're going over the mindset that they've got something wrong, so they're going over to the change of decision.
Yeah.
When you go over there and look at it and you see the man's kick the ball cleanly and then follow through, surely you're looking at it thinking, okay, no, accidental or you know what I'm saying? For you to come back and actually give him a red card is...
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. So
they played well, West Ham. They gave us a good battle, but I'm just glad the old school Chelsea came out and got that 1-0 solid. Again, that's what Tuchel's done to the back line. There's no doubt about it. And we got the 1-0 win that we needed, and that puts us in a... It's not over. It ain't over. No. But it puts us in a much better position for top 4. Had we won the game against Brighton, which I was more vexed about, that's what obviously where you think, okay, we'll do Brighton and let's go do West Ham. We drew against Brighton and then fucking...
That's why you're a funny team in a minute, but I still got a big up Tuchel for the job he's done.
No, 100%.
Considering how he's turning it around so quickly.
So it's a better position for us.
Nah, big up you. And obviously now, I mean, the race is still tight, but excuse me, you men are definitely in pole position now because it's in your hands, isn't it? You've got the points. And you much rather have the points on the board than have to be one chasing. So, big you man up on that one. Next game I want to look at is Liverpool-Newcastle. Now, boy, this game here, early on looking at thinking Liverpool got a few chances. Liverpool on their day would have slapped up Newcastle. You know that. Mo Salah coming through with the
20th goal of the season.
Yeah, coming through. And I'll tell you what, in a season where Liverpool have not been at it, and a lot of their top players haven't been at it, Mo Salah has still been relentless in terms of goal scoring. So we look at Mane, he's been at off season. I'm not going to get onto it because he's an incredible player, but Mane's been completely off it. Goals, assists. Salah is just a killer. Even when he's not performing or whatever, he's still hungry for goals. And that's the difference I see between him and says his son, Mane. He is relentless with the goal scoring thing. Salah's got his goal, but I have to credit Newcastle. And I've given them a lot of corn in it. I said, I've always said though, without Sam Maximan and Almiron and them man there, they're trash. But with them man in the team, they're half okay in it.
They're mid-table team.
They're half okay. They're half okay.
They did well to get that. I mean, it was a game of two halves because Liverpool should have been about 6-0 up.
But Newcastle had chances as well though.
No, they did.
You look at, I saw a Longstaff chance where he couldn't sort his feet out. I saw one where Almiron and Joe Linton were both in the same position on the ball. I was like, big man, which one are you taking the ball? Like, that was ridiculous.
Is it Saint Almiron or Saint Maximin?
I see actually Joe Linton have a chance where he cut inside, left foot shot. He had a few chances himself. Before I even get onto the low Willock goal, and big up Agent Willock and that doing his thing, the disallowed goal, VAR, come back to VAR again.
Oh yeah, no, the Wilson one.
The Wilson one.
That was ridiculous.
The Wilson one. The handball rule, And it's even been fueled by what I heard them say after the game, which has made it even crazier. So the ball's ricocheted off the keeper. A man's got his arms in his body like that, but it's come off his arm and gone
and
there.
he's in
and
motion.
scored,
Like,
yeah?
he's
Okay, cool. But this is what I asked him before. If his arm's not there, it's still licking his stomach and going in the same direction.
Yeah.
So his arm's not changing direction. You know what I'm saying? That's one. That's point number one.
It's not like it's the outside.
and also it's not intentional. He's not done anything
You
with
know
his
what I mean?
arm.
And from that close range, that's the first point. The second point that's killed me is that so Peter Walton, the fucking voice of reason out of nowhere, has come out and he said that from next year the rule changes in that year.
It does, yeah.
Basically, if that incident happens and Wilson hits Wilson's arm and falls to his teammate and his teammate scores, it's a goal, yeah? However, that same incident where it comes off Wilson's arm and
he
Wilson
scores.
taps it in himself, it's disallowed.
It's pathetic.
And it's like blood.
So
You
what's
man-
handballing? Because now you're saying it's okay for him to handball it to someone else, but then he can't handball it to
So the
himself.
rule changed before we thought, okay, cool. If it's accidental or whatever and you score now, that situation is a goal. But Walton's come out saying that if his teammate scores from that, his teammate scored an eligible goal. But if he scores it, it's not eligible. I'm thinking, you lot are just complicating the set now, man. You're killing the fucking. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make. To me,
makes nothing to
what is the difference between that incident happening and you tapping it in,
Or
or
you
that
tapping
happening
it in?
and me tapping it in?
So it should either be nothing
Or exactly.
or everything.
No, and this is why I'm saying they're killing the game, innit? Yeah. But big up Newcastle.
Did anyone, before you touch on Joe Willock stuff, Pan, did you, and I'll send it to you, I think, was it the Fabinho thing, bro?
Yeah.
It's a 2-on-2 break, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, for a free kick or corner, yeah? St. Maximan's got the ball, yeah? This is what the Burnley man should have done weeks ago, yeah?
Yeah.
He kicks it past Fabinho, yeah?
Yeah.
Fabinho's never look at the ball, yeah? The
Oh,
ball's
just
that way, yeah?
clamps it,
He
yeah.
just goes,
Yeah.
boom,
Nah.
big shoulder charge shot.
And
That's
that is
it,
smart
That's the
defending.
best way to deal with techie man like that, though, isn't it?
And not
Walker go
past
past
techie, yeah.
but you
But
ain't
you're
going
not
past him.
Yeah. You say either you going past me, the ball's going past me,
But
but
not
not
both.
both, big man. That is old school defending, yeah. And that is honestly, them yellow cards there, I love to see it. Because you look at that, yeah.
You still think the game's real, innit? Like, it's
Yeah, look at that, yeah. You know Sam Maximan's pace is 96.
and he's
you
taking
got,
it.
yeah, and you got the 79 pace here. Big man, play to your strengths. Yeah, nah, so I love to see that. Yeah, nah. But big up Newcastle actually. Joe Willock. Yeah.
He loves it, man.
I'll tell you what stat I saw of
He
Joe
loves
Willock
it.
here, which you'll find interesting. Joe Willock, since he's gone to Newcastle,
There you go.
7 goals.
7.
7 goals. Yeah.
He scored some bangers, man.
Arsenal's whole midfield, 7 goals.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, he's the guy that we got out on loan.
But do you reckon he'll do that starting for you, man? I'm not trying
He's
to.
not even starting it yet, but do you know what I want to bring it back to? Because I'm not saying that he should be in there starting, whatever. I'm bringing it back to Arteta making these bold shouts, yeah, and going too bold, yeah? For me, him trying to be this cutthroat Guardiola thing, you made the team weaker. And that's the point I'm making.
I don't think he's the right man for the job.
You made the team
You got the money
weaker.
to be
Yeah,
fair.
you got that. No, you got Joe Willock out on loan. I'm happy to see Ainsley Maitland-Niles on loan, and we'll talk about him soon. Joe Willock he's got legs. Yeah, he offers something different to the midfield. Now you're telling me that I'm watching El Neni when you haven't got Xhaka playing there. It's El Neni and Partey hopefully, and if Partey's not about, you're playing
But
Ceballos.
but then I feel like though the CM is he's more of a cam, innit? Because you don't want to be too. Joe Willock won't give you too much going back rather than going forward.
Why
So
you hear that?
it's like
I hear that.
another
box to box.
Ceballos kind of.
He's another
I think
80 kind of
I
role.
think it's
innit?
box to box.
I do hear that, but
And
I
he's
feel
also
like.
another option in a team that's not. It's not like we're blessed with options. It's like okay, cool.
But I think you play Willock further forward though.
Possibly, but I'm thinking
make
that
sense.
I'd rather have the option of Willock here
Oh, no,
than
yeah,
him being
100%.
out alone and you tell me it's El Neni Ceballos or hopefully Xhaka's the guy. When you see me, yeah, hoping that Xhaka's fit, you know it's a perilous position, man. And don't get me
don't
wrong,
understand that.
Xhaka's been okay in it. Like last couple, he's one of the guys. He's a warrior. You know what I mean? That's
He's
cool.
got heart.
Yeah, but when you got me hoping that Xhaka's fit for the game, yeah, you know it's long for my club.
Do
It's
you know,
long.
I'm
man.
going to deflect from kind of the Arsenal kind of conversation. I'm going to say for me, I think that for Joe Willock, I think it's been a great move. I think in terms of
Oh, yeah, 100%.
being able to get minutes, constant minutes,
100%.
game time. Okay, maybe he's on the bench last few games, but he's showing that he's playing with under no pressure. I think like Arsenal, you play with a bit of pressure in it
Yeah.
because how poor we're doing, and there's an expectation that you when you're at Arsenal. When Newcastle's probably there's a lot of less expectation. I think you know, you're either playing or you're not playing, and the people around you, you know, you're probably pushing yourself to get back into the team. And maybe their system suits him a bit better than the system we play at Arsenal.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it's been a good move for him, and I don't think I've seen him a few times play for Arsenal. You say his legs, yeah, he's done alright in the Europa League against Raw and the FC, and like. But when it comes to the Premier League, when I look at him, I'm thinking he ain't done the job. So for me, maybe this is where he gets his maturity from, and
yeah, no, I agree.
So
Yeah.
Maybe being in the relegation battle helps as well, because it's going to drive him.
100%.
You can see when he scores those. He's been scoring late important goals. Yeah, he's buzzing when he scores those goals.
2 winners.
He's buzzing.
Him being in relegation.
See how he went up to Steve Bruce.
Yeah.
Like you can feel it, innit? Like,
and I 100% agree with what you're saying, because him being in a relegation battle and being at the other end, these men come through the academy and it's all like
nice.
It's all nice.
Air condition and
massage
and all
they
that.
need to see that rough house.
Yeah.
Do you know the guy I think it applies to more than Willock? Maitland-Niles. And I'll tell you why.
No, he's got no.
I'll tell you why Maitland-Niles, yeah? I'll tell you why. And the next game is Villa West Brom, yeah? Maitland-Niles is the guy that I look at. Maitland-Niles is the guy I look at, yeah? He's a good player. I've seen him, he can be techie and whatnot, yeah? But he has this laboured approach, and I'm looking at him like, he's just like, he's running, like, and it looks all smooth and that, and he's, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking to myself, you know what, yeah, big man, I rate that, and you know, when you're playing with your friends and you're the best player and whatever, it's all calm and that. But I want to see you go in a relegation battle where them's livelihoods are on the line, yeah, and do that calm shit.
The only
man's grabbing you up when you're doing all that stuff, yeah. And that's why I was so happy when he went West Brom. I thought, you know what?
Yeah, but the only difference is that they're relegated in a way. And Newcastle,
they're not. He's still fighting.
Still fighting.
I've the last 2 games. The last 2 games lost them.
Nah, but Newcastle turned it around as well. But they're in the same struggle, innit?
Yeah, I do hear that.
Do you know who Maitland-Niles rise with here? You know when you used to go to the park here or whatever, you got the fresh crep on.
Yeah.
Maitland-Niles the guy that want to ruin his crep in it, but he wants to play the football. So you know he's such a shout.
That's such a great shot, yeah.
And he's a ball.
He don't want to crease the crep.
Crease the crep.
So he's the
You know he's like
please jump
He takes a touch on top of the ball, innit?
He takes a touch on the ball. The top with the palm of
And
his
he wore
fist.
all white hits as well.
Yeah. But you know what, man? Since he went West Brom, yeah, I even see him running with more urgency, man. It's like,
I think he's been allowed to go forward and he's got more freedom a bit.
And do you know what? I do like, from what I've seen of him in the midfield, I like it. He's got good feet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I like him. Sometimes his passing's a bit like, he's not even like inaccurate yet. It's just weak. Like you pass the ball to you, yeah, and it comes straight to you, but it's rolling so slow in that man's got 3 men on him. But he's got good feet. He won West Brom penalty in this game.
It was soft.
It was soft. But the penalty that they conceded before that was also soft.
Yeah.
And I like what Sam Allardyce said, which was, I like the fact we both got it. If one gets it and one doesn't, it's inconsistent. If we both get it or we both don't, at least we know it's consistent.
So, well, just for that game it is. But
exactly. But they're either both pennings or they're both not pens. So they're both pens.
It's a good point for them against Villa.
Good point, yes. Well, I slightly disagree. I think they needed.
They obviously needed more.
But to go to Villa and get a point
is still good.
Do you know what I say to Kes? I said to Kes earlier. I said, see, when I put a bet on, I see Midlands Derby. I put a draw.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, if you look at the last results between Midlands Derbies, I reckon the last 3 or 4, and that's including the Wolves and that as well, they've been draws. They've been draws.
Yeah, you called it.
This is the only one that's had goals in it for time. It's been half exciting.
Yeah. And Barkley again is just another one though, man.
Bro, we'll come to that one. We'll come to that one. The Dianya one where
That's unlucky.
own goal.
That's unlucky.
It's unlucky. But all I'm laughing at is the fact it was so far off target.
Bro,
I was about to say that. I thought that was going in.
Nah.
You're joking?
Nah, that was
the only one. He's gonna slide it past him, no?
Nah, the Ming's own goal, yeah?
Yeah.
I was going wide.
You reckon?
That was going to hit the edge of the penalty box.
Trust me, when you got time, rewatch that, yeah? It was going wide, blood, yeah?
Wide?
You know, celebrate it.
But yeah, come do your thing,
you know when on FIFA, Fred done the header, went to the corner flag? That's how wide the Young's thing was, man.
Wow.
Shout out Fred, man. You soon return to form and that, but yeah, nah. The man them saying when they got to Div 1 and it mattered, man, didn't turn up. Just sticky one still, you know what I mean? Yeah.
17, still there.
On the brink of relegation, nah, I'm joking, but we move. But nah, I spoke to you about the Carl Bartley thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen the incident? The own goal, sorry, no goal. The Keenan Davis goal.
Yeah.
Who are you blaming for that?
I'll give my answer.
Why you think?
I'm blaming Bartley.
Yeah, 100% Bartley.
It's Bartley, innit?
Because More time, yeah. Bartley, he's trying to make out. No, he's trying to make it like he's knocking back to the keeper, yeah. But you're not.
You're 6 yards,
Yeah, you're not. Because if you say, listen, come, like, let him know you're that close to him. I'm not. Yeah, calm. Man can be ready. You're meant to deal with it, and you try to chest it in the box and let a man come from
close range as well, isn't it?
Blood.
Head it clear, fam.
Yeah.
It was
if I'm in that team and he's not that big, I'm banging him. Do you know what I mean? As it stands, we have to be like, oh, fucking hell, unlucky, mate. You know what I mean? And humble yourself, yeah.
Sorry, Carl.
But if
It's alright, mate.
Yeah, if he's not that big in that year and he's not the skipper, I'm banging him up for that, blood.
He had a shocker again because he gave away the penalty, didn't he? As well.
No, it was who's the other Donny? The dark skin.
Ajay.
Ajay done it.
Ajay.
Samuel Ajay.
Oh, was it Ajay?
Clumsy.
Samuel Ajay?
Semi
Ajay.
Semi.
Sorry, Ajay. Semi Ajay.
Yeah.
It was him who done it, innit?
Yeah.
But them two, yeah, I look at them together and I just see mistakes.
You know, he was on the books at Arsenal as well.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. He just looks like mistakes all over. But do you know what? A couple of shout outs in that game. Pereira,
honestly, masterclass.
masterclass.
He's a good player, isn't he?
Fuller.
When I was telling you man before West Ham had quality, you man were getting onto him.
No.
What about
quality,
that? Is it you saying they're quality and they're going to stay up?
No, blood, hold on. And I would draw for the quotes, blood. I would say, when I said West Ham got quality and I said Pereira, you went to West Ham. I'll find the quotes, but we move.
And do you know what? Sam Johnson, because I know you conceded to this game, yeah? And I keep saying it, it's the third week I've said it now, I think in a row maybe. The guy has made crucial saves in that game for Aston Villa not to extend that lead. Crucial.
And all my real ones remember I said West Ham have quality in their team, even though they're down.
All the real ones will remember as well.
I'm gonna draw for that goal.
All the real for it,
for me, fam.
All the real ones before now tried to Big Kes tried to get into my head. I said Sheffield United, West Brom, Fulham are going down.
How's Fulham getting on, by the way?
Anyways,
it's not over till the fat lady sings.
We move.
You know what I mean? So.
But Villa look like they're struggling like Grealish though, man. They're struggling.
Yeah.
Honestly, the form
They will
was
next year as well when he leaves.
Fucking hell. Well, Arsenal, yeah.
Big.
Nah,
I don't think you can afford
move.
it.
He signed a 5-year deal.
85 mil.
At least.
But he signed a 5-year deal, innit?
Yeah, which
Unless
means
unless
price goes 10x.
Unless he's
Yeah,
got.
but are you really splashing out on?
That's why they got him on a New Year's deal.
Year
Yeah, 100%.
When you got Haaland, then man,
100%, bro.
Kane.
Because if someone misses out on Haaland, let's say like a United or a City, then they'll go for the other one.
But how many clubs have got 100+ mil to spend on one player this summer?
I don't believe all this COVID bullshit.
Oh yeah, I know they got P in it.
They've got P's.
But
They have got
I'm saying Man
fact,
City, United, Chelsea. They're the man that got P.
I don't think we'll go. Oh yeah. I don't think we'll go for.
No, I don't. But I think you got enough. You got the P to splash out there.
Yeah, 100% big man.
Before we even move on, I forgot to mention this Spotify don looking to buy Arsenal in that year. Daniel Ek in that year, big man, and with Thierry Henry and Vieira and
Bergkamp.
Please,
big man.
please.
I don't even fully believe it's going through yet.
It's not going
but
through.
Please, big man, if you can make that happen, blood, please, we're all behind you, big man. Listen, I'm a Spotify you're getting premium P for me, you know. I'm paying. How much is Spotify?
49.
I'm paying £15 a month for Spotify for the no ads.
9.
We got a joint thing. I'm paying £15 a
Family
month.
thing's 49.9.
Yeah. He pays 20% of it.
Listen,
Don't do big man.
is that included in the rent?
Hey, big man.
You put the bag in it.
This guy, blood.
Alright, move on.
We move, cause
Premium is hard though.
about man saying 20%. You got mocking him, blood. Huh? And the Netflix. Nah, we move, bro. We move, guys.
Shut up.
Man tried to nickel Kes off, fam. We move. Let's get one look at is Wolves Burnley. Nah, boy. This game, we know what this game's called. The accumulator buster, blood.
Yeah.
The buster. Big man thing, yeah. And Burnley are annoying, blood. I'll tell you why. Because they flopped me a few weeks, yeah. So I backed them to beat Newcastle. Then Sam Maximan bangs up the thing. I'm like, okay, cool. Fuck Burnley, they're dead. Then they slap Wolves 4-0, blood. 4-0.
What's it about? Chris Wood hat trick.
How?
It's a good hattie as well.
Them odds must be like 1,000 to 1, blood. A first half hat trick, Chris Wood.
At 4-0. What were the odds?
All I want to say on this game, yeah.
I'll pick up Chris Wood though.
Big up Chris Wood.
No, it was a good.
First
really good game.
First hat trick, Premier League hat trick. Big him up.
I thought that's just funny for a Burnley player, fam. I'll probably say Danny Ings in it.
But I can't believe one how Wolves are falling off, and you can tell me the Jimenez thing, cool. I can't believe it. And number two, the Adama Traore hype has plummeted.
Yeah.
Nah, big man thing. You man should have sold him when you get what I mean? Because here's the thing, right? To be an elite baller, if you're playing something, you can have the pace and power if you're Sunday League in that, yeah? To be an elite baller, these men will find you out. You could be rapid, yeah? Man, they'll just give you a yard and see what you can do with the ball. This guy's not doing nothing, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me to see a guy that big, that strong, that fast, and you're not killing up the league, like, you got to be tough.
That's why I have no expectation when you're on the pitch. Minus the fast. I'm joking.
The worst thing is I got no goals in the last.
You thought my 20% comment was bad.
Yeah, trust me. I went to Royal Rumble couple of
I think it was a great win for Burnley and
big win, fam, because
big
remember
win.
Kes was talking about Burnley being in trouble not that long ago.
Nah, Sean Dyche raw, man.
But Sean Dyche,
Yeah, he's there. He's
his
about,
team's
he knows it.
The team. You look at the team, and you think dead, okay, dead,
okay, honestly,
dead, okay,
They've
dead.
got Westwood back.
I think you got one too many OKs in this. Their OKs are Nick Pope, good.
Yeah.
Nah, okay.
Ben Mee.
Remember
Tarkowski was going for 50 mil.
Oh yeah, Tarkowski.
Bro,
Yeah.
but remember
Tarkowski,
they priced at 50 mil.
I know you probably got the right amount of OKs in there.
The guy-
You're right. Yeah, it's okay keeper.
Yeah.
Me and Tarkowski. Okay. I've got what? Wood? No, McNeil.
And who's the
Okay.
other on the who's the
Barnes.
right back? No, who's the right back? Who's the
Lowton.
Loughton.
Who's the guy from Stoke and went there? They've got Loughton.
Barnsley.
Not
No.
Barnsley. Who's the other guy from Stoke?
Peters. Eric Peters.
Yeah, Eric
How
Peters.
Eric Peters is still playing.
Yeah.
Westwood's good.
Westwood, you know
Okay.
what?
Not
Where I was
good,
saying,
but
Westwood,
yeah, okay.
Westwood, he's played like 55 consecutive league games.
Yeah.
for us.
Vitcher's
Okay.
like okay as well.
No, Vision's dead, fam. Vision's dead.
I just always forget that Watford goal he scored in the final. Wasn't it?
Yeah, he's dead.
They just lost.
He's dead.
But more time, I'm saying it again. I'm going to keep saying it like I did with Fulham. Say less about Wolves next year, please.
Okay.
Just say less.
Yeah, he probably
So
won't.
With or even without Jimenez, because we don't know how Jimenez is going to be when he comes back. He's going to get sacked next year, the gaffer, or they're going to be in a relegation battle and potentially go down. And I'm telling you that now.
Okay.
They're falling apart from early.
Yeah,
Started seeing the cracks from early.
Yeah, and when they rely on these young Portuguese men that like.
So and Ruben and Neves all them man, not getting any younger, and it's going to be.
Ruben Neves is young, fam. Ruben Neves is young.
Sorry, Moutinho and all that.
Moutinho,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if they don't get rid of the manager, because what's happened now is they've been sussed, the camp's not happy.
Getting stale.
Yeah, it's getting stale. There's no fight in there.
Hey.
Next year they're in trouble.
Hey, man.
But let's move.
Nah, I hear that. We move. Next game I'll look at is Leicester Palace. Leicester, to be fair, Palace are one of them teams actually that I put them in the Burnley mode, yeah, which is how the hell are these men staying up, like on the big man team. Palace less so because you got Zaha, Eze now, but if you look at the team as a whole, trash. Without them man in the team,
I still think they're better than Newcastle squad. But yeah, go on.
really?
Yeah, 100%. Other than Joe Willock and St Maximan and
Joe Willett, Sam Maximin,
Callum
Almiron, Callum Wilson. You got
Longstaff.
Longstaff, Shelby in there, Calm.
I think Lascelles is decent.
They got a couple men. Palace, I look at, I say Zaha, Eze.
Guaita.
No, you don't put him in the conversation.
I put him half. Like Guaita is an
He's
okay
better than-
keeper. You've got
better than-
Dubravka, same level to
Dubravka,
Dubravka.
same level,
Same
bro.
level. So
Benteke.
Zaha, Eze.
No, Benteke is like
Benteke.
that. No, you can't put him in there, fam. Old school Benteke. What, 2012 Benteke?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Listen.
Milivojevic.
But do you know what?
Gary
though?
Cahill.
Palace,
Van Aanholt.
Palace, as you said, at the Burnley team here, they're the ones that they're the accumulator busters. Because 1 week, they will do a madness, and then the 3 weeks, when you back them, they're shit.
Against a dead team.
yeah. But then Leicester, again, like they got
They're doing bits now. They're doing their business.
Madison's back now.
Madison was poor yesterday, but he's been.
But he's back now. Yeah. He brings a lift.
He's
It's
on
a
his
lift,
way
isn't
back,
it?
yeah.
On his way back.
And we
Kelechi,
also-
Iheanacho.
That's what we're doing for the
banging,
final, you know.
To be fair,
Iheanacho is looking like a.
and he's the
forward.
guy I want to big up because at the minute, and Jamie Vardy gets his respect for what he's done and what he's
Longevity
been.
of what he's done,
Yeah. But at the minute, Leicester City's danger man is Kelechi Iheanacho. I want to big him up and make sure I big him up because one thing about him that I've seen with him is he will score goals, but also he sees the pass at the right moment.
Sees the pass, yeah.
And he hits the right hits the right pass at the right time, right? Jamie Vardy, I've seen him. He's a bit out of form. He's not
I think
scoring
he's
goals.
he's
just
out
a bit
of touch.
quiet. He's probably
Yeah,
tired as
he's out of
well.
touch.
Maybe, but he's a bit a bit out of touch.
So he's forcing it, innit?
Yeah, but Iheanacho is a guy that if you're playing this now,
I still
you got to watch out for my man.
I still think Man City, because he was banging in goals before he left Man City.
He was.
And they gambled on Jesus.
He's better than Jesus.
I still think he's better than Jesus.
he's-
And I still
early,
think
fam.
they would have. He would be, especially with a service that he'd get a City. No disrespect to Leicester. Fuck me,
Nah,
like,
100%. Now,
Jesus
the way he's
Christ.
playing now, yeah, Aguero going, he's Man City.
he's the guy to come in, and he was going
But
to
the
be
thing
that
of
guy
Man
as well.
City, the thing of Man City now is that they can flip in.
Buy someone.
They can go in.
Obviously,
Haaland.
they've got
Kane.
that
Yeah.
new Brazilian guy, innit?
KK, I was saying.
And apparently,
Yeah.
like, listen,
I know, but
He's
I
gonna
never
be-
hear this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to be fair.
I've heard so. Freddie Adu was gonna be the guy that was the mad thing, whatever.
Yeah, Wellington
My man's,
Silva.
my man's a nightclub promoter.
Yeah,
So
Wellington
like,
Silva when we these all
yeah,
Brazilian
I'm
man.
gonna end up at Bolton.
Yeah.
I think sometimes people get gassed up on the
Brazilian,
nationality.
slightly JJ Kocher should be in that Hall of Fame. Sorry.
Do you know
You said
what?
Bolton.
Yeah,
More
but it wasn't.
I'm joking. Nah, JJ Kocher,
He
baller.
was
skillful,
he was a
innit?
baller. No,
He
he
was
was.
skillful.
But he was only at Bolton, innit? Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
at Bolton.
A couple of
before.
years,
What
innit?
about El Hadj Diouf? I'm joking.
Fucking hell, like.
I chatted shit.
But
But more time.
Yeah.
We said Leicester a couple of weeks ago. I asked the question about are they going to start dipping into that coming out of top four. The last two results
So West Brom is
proving like they're gonna like really like.
They nearly bottled
they're
this
trying to-
one,
yeah.
but no,
Looks
they-
like they're on course to
I
stay
think,
in what
I
they're
think
doing.
Leicester now with this result against Palace, they have sort of cemented
I think
their.
it determines on how Ian actually finishes off the season at this rate.
They got a chance of beating us in the final, you know.
No, they've all
Yeah,
got a chance. It's
yeah.
one off game.
Yeah, one of
Of course, but like people
Yeah.
are just obviously favourites and whatnot. But
I
I
be favourites.
like genuinely think Leicester could
Yeah,
they
100.
could give us a lot of trouble.
100. So, last game to look at is Leeds Man United.
Do we need to look at it?
Yeah, what do you say
And
about
there's
that?
not much to say on this one, to be fair. I think it was actually quite a dead game. It was on just before the cup final. Yeah, there's not much to say on it really. At all.
Good point for Leeds.
Good
Like,
point
as in
for-
another one for
Interesting one is,
Bielsa.
all of the famed Big Six
He's done well,
have
innit?
failed to win at Ellen Road. The last lot to go there is Tottenham. They're going to play the next
He's done
game.
well, man. He's done well.
So Leeds have done really well in their first season of Prem.
You know, United has secured the second for me, and
Well, United were talking about having a slight glimmer of hope of winning, closing this gap on City.
if you really thought that, yeah, you're a dickhead.
You would, yeah, well,
You're a dickhead.
or you would attack this game with more figure. You know what I'm saying?
You're a dickhead if you thought
But I think Man United are in the same boat as Arsenal now with the eggs in the European basket. The only difference is that they've got the top
Champions-
four
they got Champions League next year.
guys, right, it's guaranteed. So we're not in the same boat.
not the same
But,
at all.
no. In fact, well, complete different ships. Yeah, no. But I think United now have got their focus on the Europa League, as have Arsenal. So I mean, boy, don't really say much more on that game. To be fair,
Nah.
0-0, nothing much going on that game. Boy, we move. You man failed to secure Cavani for the next season. You
Oh,
probably-
is that official
well,
now?
nah, it's not
Nah,
official,
it's not.
but he wants to go back to.
Yeah, you know when,
Argentina.
yeah, you know
Post-
It's bare cold in Manny, innit?
Mm.
Rains.
Rains,
Yeah, so he's not on that.
So when we went part life, from the moment we got there, yeah,
Boy.
I swear down. The moment I left the station,
Like-
I remember getting in the Uber and I said to the driver, I said, boss man, does it ever stop raining? He goes, listen, I've been here for like 10, 12 years. I'll guarantee you 95% of the time it rains.
Like I had to wear plastic bags on the crepes, man. They didn't have wellies in it. It was mad.
It just rains.
Not made
It
their
was
mouths,
a
yeah.
it was a mazza.
to that police.
Yeah, no wellies. But yeah, I think they make them through the mud in it.
You remember the ground? Wasn't even the ground. Wasn't even ground, was it?
It was mad.
Yeah, it was mad.
But yeah, let's kick on. So what? Before we get on to players, let's go Donkey of the Week. I've got mine, but I know someone's gonna take
No,
it.
go on,
so-
you do it
You
first.
go, yeah, you go.
Okay, calm. My one's easy.
Yeah.
Bernd Leno.
Oh, that's a good one.
Donkey of the Week.
I wasn't even going to go in.
Donkey mistake. Yeah, in a game where it's tight and that you need to keep it to pull off saves and that. We didn't need to pull off saves. We just didn't need you to do the madness. So yeah, easy one for me. Leno.
My donkey of the week is Daniel Levy.
That was my second one.
He's
Yeah.
my donkey of the week. And it almost was Ryan Mason because the way he dressed for that cup final.
Oh,
And that as well, you know. I hate when Donny's doing the zip up jump on and the crepes.
But that was wearing like the polo shirt.
Yeah,
The zip-up jumper that doesn't go.
yeah.
And then
I
the,
think-
and then the blazer.
I think I get told that I have to wear a
No,
size small.
And then the
I'm
trainers.
seeing Pep just like my dad.
Yeah.
And then nah. Ryan Mason was always donkey.
Even if you just lost the blazer from the
Yeah,
outfit,
you can't.
Yeah.
But I felt sorry for him, so I allowed. So it's
Yeah.
Daniel Levy because more time you sat Mourinho, you done the whole Super League madness thing,
no,
there,
but yeah.
and your team, it comes to Spursy, fam.
Yeah,
It's your fault
Spursy,
at the end of the day.
very Spursy.
Ends at the top,
Yeah.
and the whole Ryan Mason appointment over everyone else. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
we know
the
about
donkey,
that.
fam.
I would go Leno with you, to be honest, but I'm just gonna throw something different for the listeners,
Right.
and I'm just gonna go Nuno
Espirito
Santo.
He always doesn't get it.
And Wolves. I want
Yeah.
to say Wolves more so, but I can't. So I'm gonna go the manager,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna say, yeah,
Getting moved to like that.
yeah,
In your own yard, fam.
slapped.
Yeah.
That's like someone
And
come
watch
into your
out.
yard and leave with your girl.
Yeah, more time.
Yeah, no, that's it.
But leave him with her, and you watch it.
Yeah,
you watch it. You see her leave.
Yeah. And he's boxed up the cooking that she made already, yeah? In the Tupperware, fam.
Yeah. But that's my donkey.
And he
boy.
took your used Capri Suns on the way out. You're making a packed lunch in the morning now.
And he took his bourbons as well.
There's no snacks, lad. It's a sandwich.
I ate sandwiches, bread fam.
Ham sandwiches.
I left you the end slice. The end slice.
The bread backs.
The wing lips. No, I don't know how the wing lips are. No more donkey with the wing lips. Got me last week, man.
Stop. Let's bring some positivity. So, player of the week.
I've got mine.
Let's go, Pans.
Chris Wood.
Mine still.
Easy one. Chris Wood.
Yeah,
Big
has
up
to be
man
in.
like Woodsy and that. Yeah.
No
First
explanation.
half hat trick. No explanation needed. Come on.
There's no introduction
Do
needed.
you know what? I'm not even going to do it for the listeners. Chris Wood.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
You have to, innit?
I'm not going to bother with the Pereira thing. Chris Wood.
Okay. Well, we can't come with a full house on Chris
Why
Wood.
not?
Because
Bro, think about his actual him as a caliber of a player, yeah? Why
Yeah.
does he not deserve this week?
And it was techie goals as well.
Bro,
He gets
I'm
it.
saying,
He gets
why does
it.
he not deserve?
See,
Why
no way,
is
man.
it a full
When he
house?
turned and then
because I'm saying Mateus Pereira
No, you're
was
a dick.
cold.
You're a dickhead.
Ah, burst.
I'm saying Mateus Pereira.
Yeah.
Mateus Pereira.
Nah.
Couldn't even come on better than that, fam. West Brom drew.
Pereira was cold, fam. Pereira's cold,
They
like.
drew, fam. Stop coming with your ego, man. Just come with someone.
Pereira
real,
was
fam.
hard. You watch the game, then? He was hard.
Big man.
Come with
He
Chris
was
Wood,
hard,
I
fam.
said Chris Wood.
Come with Timo Werner or something.
Nah, Timoshuk Werner is not my guy, blood.
3 points against West Ham with mighty West
Fair
Ham.
play, man. Fair play. But nah, big what you man on the shout, and it was a great
Yeah.
shout, and I would have backed that. But I'm gonna shout out Pereira because that performance, yeah, man was moving techie, fam. And listen, West Brom might go down, but Pereira's not. You'll see him in the Prem next season.
You need a club? That's no.
Like, Arsenal need some players, man. But listen,
Yeah, not the Arsenal show, innit? Can't.
it's not the Arsenal show.
I love it when you keep reminding him, you know.
But it's not the Arsenal show, but I hate Gronky.
Get him out of our club.
Gronky, get him out.
Get him out.
And also, big up Ajax and that. Another one that didn't sign to Super League, even though you weren't invited. But big you up and that. You get me? And Amsterdam is lit, so
Top's nice,
boom,
though.
bam, done. All the
Yeah,
time.
that's what's hard.
Come on. But yeah, you know the drilly. It's another one down. We'll wrap it up, box it up. Listen, guys, if you're fucking with us, you're rocking with us. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And remember the vibes. Stay safe and stay blessed. We out.